everyone, welcome back on Gayatri's English Hub. Today I'm back with an amazing personality and one of my colleagues at my previous organization or something where I started my journey with. So today we have Mr. Lokesh. He is an experienced English trainer and he has been teaching for almost 3.5 years, 4 years in the industry. Once he starts instituting, definitely we'll get to know more about him. But if you like the conversation I present on YouTube with experienced people with a meaning experience with speakers, do consider subscribing my YouTube channel. I will try my best to bring really good people here to help you improve your communication skill. Hi Lokesh, how are you doing?
Hi Gayatri, I'm super fantabulous. And what about you?
I'm doing great and thank you so much for accepting my invitation. I'm really happy to have you here.
Yeah, so am I. Pleasure to be here.
Great. So, Lokesh, you can give a small introduction to the audience and then we will talk.
Okay, no problem. So, hi everyone. My name is Lokesh, and I'm a spoken English trainer and a communication coach uh, with experience in helping professionals to enhance their English communication skills. And over the years, I have trained thousands of students for spoken English, communication, and public speaking. That's all about.
That's really great. I have a lot of questions. Working, you and I, we started our journey of being being an English trainer or a spoken English trainer with something, and that's how we connected, and we have been connected since then. You have had your own journey
Yes.
and experiences of tackling different students. I have had my own journey. I think we both come from backgrounds where we did not have that dominance of English, where people would talk to each other, nothing like that. You have your own mother tongue, I have my own mother tongue. So Lokesh, we are
Yep.
going to keep it very casual. I want to keep it as just a conversation, a kind of very wittiest conversation between two trainers. So how has the experience
Okay.
of being a trainer?
Yes, it's phenomenal actually. I love what I'm doing because I love helping people to improve their life and their communication skills. So that's the thing.
That's really great. What have been the major challenges of the field as a trainer?
Yeah, Gayatri, could you say come again?
Yes, I'm just asking that what are the major challenges you have come across, or what have been the major challenges of the training field, right? At times
See
you have.
about okay, so let me explain you actually. So what happened? So actually my native language is Marathi. So I went to a Marathi medium school and I could barely read English even when I was in eighth grade, actually, if I be honest with you. So what happened actually, I could barely read English, and today actually I'm training people from all walks of life. So the challenges that I face is that I had no background because none of the people in my family they speak in English actually. So that's why I had no background. And apart from that, other challenges, if I tell you, so I was socially quite anxious when I actually grew up actually. So what happened? I couldn't speak properly, confidently, even in my native language. So that's how I started. And today you could see that where we are.
Definitely, we have witnessed each other's journey, if I really say. The kind of time when we started in 2022, March, I still remember that.
Yeah.
That was the time when we, from Maharashtra, you came to a specific place. Then I was from UP, I was there. We saw and we have been witnessing each other growing in our respective areas. So that's really great. And same challenges happen with a lot of people who come from native backgrounds and vernacular mediums, right? That's really great. How did you decide to be a trainer? I think for you and for I, the first very difficult task was to have a command over the language, which somehow we made it. right? You and I, we
Absolutely.
have met, right? But then, how did you decide to be a trainer? That, oh, now I have a command over the language, and I want to pass it to the people who have been struggling and facing challenges.
So if I tell you the truth, actually, I did not know that I could be a trainer. Okay. So what happened? I had passion for this language because I was watching a lot of videos on YouTube to improve my English communication skills. And I fell in love with this language. So that's how it started. So I started as a learner. Then all of a sudden, actually one day out of the blue, we got an opportunity to be a trainer. So I took that opportunity, and that's how we ended up becoming a trainer.
That's how
Okay, and
we
actually later I found out that actually I really like doing and teaching people. Later I found out actually.
uh-huh. That's really great. See, in the journey, I can say one thing. I have worked with different amazing brands in India, even some international brands I'm still associated with, and I work for them. At times, what happens that people come to you very different expectations, and they'll say something like that, sir or ma'am, I want to be fluent in just 2 months, 3 months, 21 days, or I don't know what all they have on their brains, and they come to you with that kind of expectations, which is quite tricky to deal with. How do you deal with such minds, people?
Hmm. Okay, so let me tell you actually how do I deal with such student. So if someone asks me that if I give my 3 months to this language, can I be fluent in like 90 days? So, actually, if you actually track back that how did you learn our native language and how long did it take us? So if you Google it, hello Gayatri, can you hear me? Yeah, so even if you do the research actually that how long does the brain take to pick a language, even if it's your native language or it's not your native language. Okay, so if you research about it, you will get to know that it takes at least a year to get comfortable with the language actually. Okay, it takes a year. So I just set their clear expectation that if you're expecting that I'll give you a pill and within just 90 days you will become fluent. So that's not true actually. So I just simply tell them I'll give my best. I'll provide the best strategies to help you improve your English communication skills. But I can't promise that in 90 days you will become fluent actually. And it depends on the person's level, background as well, little bit of background and level as well. Because according to the current language, we can promise them some sort of improvement. Otherwise, we can't actually. So
This is so true.
that's the honest answer I give.
I mean, yes, this is so true. But at times when you try to be honest, generally, um, students do not like it. And that's what not students. Even I have felt working with different brands, they
So
make
so
you
Gayatri
lie.
actually says
Mhm.
sometimes what happens. I do agree what you said actually. So see, let's imagine you went to a gym because you wanted to join the gym. Now
Mhm.
the trainer said that within 90 days, I'll help you to build six packs. Okay, I'll help you to build muscles. Now, if the person says no, it will not take 90 days, it will take at least 3 to 4 years to build that
Mhm.
kind of body that you desire. No one will buy that subscription actually. Nobody
Mhm.
wants to buy that. So everybody wants the like instant gratification thing that if I do something today, I want the result tomorrow or maybe after some time. So that's kind of a mentality they have. So being as a trainer, it's our responsibility to educate them that even let's say if I lie to you right now, you will find out that I was lying to you. So again, you're gonna lose respect anyway. They're gonna
Mhm.
say, sir, you said that we'll become fluent in 90 days. Now it's been 90 days since we are attending classes, and still we can't speak fluently like a speaker. So again, you're gonna lose respect anyway.
Mhm.
So that's the thing.
See, I believe that it's not about people. They are the one who want instant gratification. It's just like this is how they are being programmed, or they have been getting programmed in a way that some, like even these days we can see things like 10 minutes instant delivery of something, like blink it 10 minutes, I don't know what all that's it. That is something which
Yeah,
is
so they
making,
have been conditioned. They have
sorry.
been conditioned for that. I
Uh-huh.
said they have been
Yes.
conditioned to believe that actually.
Yes, this is how they are being conditioned, and they have been conditioned. So I think people, 2 decades back or a decade back, they were very patient, calm, composed, and they were the people who used to believe in the work and the process, and then they would get the results. This is how we have been taught. But these days, some instant services and market gimmicks, where some business people have understood the psychology behind the people, and they really want to make them hear what they want to hear, right? So it happens, I
Yes.
face a lot of challenges when a learner comes to me or someone comes to me having very unrealistic expectations. I feel really bad about them. I feel that I am not a magician, right? I cannot do anything for you. It's just like I'm here for 30 minutes or maybe an hour, and rest is your responsibility. Anyway, that's fun. If someone says to me that if you want to have the six packs or maybe muscles on your body, it will take you a year, I would be better. I don't want to achieve anything in 3 months or 2 months. I think it's been a long
Yep.
journey we have been working, right? Ah, great.
So let me share actually. So this question you brought to my attention. So I think you remember that we had a mentor and we were taught IELTS by that mentor. So I asked him the same question that, okay, I asked him, then this is what he replied. Okay, shortcut doesn't exist when learning a language. If one wants to be an expert in anything, one shouldn't look for fast ways. Rather than it's important that you look for ways which will make your person perfect even though if they are slow. So I still remember this actually.
That's
Okay,
that's
so
really
this was
great.
the answer actually I got from somebody who had years of experience in this industry.
Yes. I got it. I really got it. I can associate with that. I can resonate. Um, but I really feel at times that it's very important to make people understand. Do not set unrealistic expectations. Be very easy with the process. Be gradual, and then expect. I mean, if you are the one who dedicates 8 hours a day to the spoken English or to any specific field, you can make it, right? You can make it. You cannot even
Yep.
make it. I mean, you'll be like a good so speaker in the language if you make it like 8 hours a day. But if you expect like, oh, I want to take like 30-minute session with a tutor, like one-on-one session, and rest 23.5 hours I would spend my mother tongue, but still I want to be fluent in his English speaker, that is not possible. Direct to hear that.
Yep.
um so what do you aim now? It's been over 3 years. What do you aim further in the same language?
Okay, aim. So can you be more specific? Like what aim are you asking
Yeah,
about?
my aim in the sense that, do you want to grow, or do you see the more advanced career in the same field, or you feel like that, no, how long do you really want to continue this journey?
Okay, so if I tell you the truth actually, now I have decided that I want to be a thought leader. Okay, so let me introduce you. So thought leader is somebody who has their own thought and who has their own expertise and knowledge. So that's what I'm looking forward to becoming actually.
Okay, I
Okay,
look forward to see you as a thought leader. I would see what's that. Okay,
yeah, for sure.
that's really
And
great.
since actually teaching is a profession that you can transform many lives
Uh-huh.
just by teaching actually. So that's why actually I love this profession because one life can transform many lives. So that's
Yes.
that's exactly it's a great thing about this particular thing,
Hmm. That's really
being
great.
as a teacher.
Okay. Like, I feel like it's really good. But then, okay, let me ask you one more question over here. See, at times what
Okay.
happens when we are trainer, right now you are a trainer, I am a trainer,
Yes.
but then our own personal individual growth, it stagnates at time. It feels like that we are not upgraded enough, or it's just like, okay, we have mastered few concepts, and we really have to
Mm.
pass it to, we have to transfer it, and that's it, nothing else. But then how do you make sure to keep up with the new updates in the language? Because I think language is evolving every single day, because Gen Z have different flags to talk, different ways to express, right? Millennials are different, and then upcoming generation will be having altogether different words and sets of vocabulary to express their feelings and
Yep.
words. So how do you make sure that you are upgraded enough with that, and you are also working on
Okay.
your growth progress?
So if I tell you the truth, actually, so I don't practice this language a lot, and the reason is because it has become a part of my daily life, actually. So what do I do? Instead of sparing some time and focusing on learning some sort of stuff in English, what I do actually, I made it a part of my life that every day I read something in English, every day I talk to somebody. So since I'm a teacher, so I get to talk to a lot of students. Even I have friends, so I talk to them sometimes. And apart from that, I read books and content. Whatever the content I consume, most of the content I consume, it's in English actually. So now it has become part of my life. So now I don't have to put conscious effort on this language actually. And we have been teaching for more than 3 years. So almost we have mastered grammar topics. Okay. I'm not saying that there is not room for improvement. Obviously, there always be a room for improvement to learn something new because it's a language. You never know that it's a vast language actually. So that's why I say that it can't be mastered in just 90 days. Yeah, you can build conversational skill. You can build spoken English in 90 days, but you can't expect that within 90 days I'll become expert in this language. So that's not logically possible. And I
Mm-hmm.
think you must have experienced that.
Definitely, I have worked with amazing brands in India. I have worked with international brands. I am the one who also has been now guiding people individually as an independent trainer. And I believe that,
Mm.
see, when I say that, okay, I have learned the language, so if I calculate my overall journey in the same language, would be like over 5 years now. I started my journey when I was in my 11th standard, not of a spoken journey, but I started my journey of listening to English a lot. I remember watching one of
Yeah.
the videos of Ranveer Alabadia, a guy recently who was in a big controversy. I remember watching one of his videos where he
Yep.
was giving 10 tips of how to improve your communication in English language, something. So he was at a cafe, or
Yep.
I still remember, vividly remember everything. Then after that, I watched one of the interviews of him with Priyanka Chopra, who I have always looked up to. She is such an amazing lady. So my journey is like overall almost 5 to 6 years, and still I do not feel like I have mastered the language. I still feel that there is a lot to get in, there is a lot to feel in the language. I feel like that, yes. And when I say grammar, so I feel like I'm a grammar nerd at times. When people make mistakes, I'm very cautious, the person has said something wrong. But then I feel that there are very specific topics of grammar, because grammar is a notion, right? When you get in competitive grammar, you feel like, oh gosh, like I have not learned anything about grammar. It's just like few patterns I have mastered to communicate, nothing more than that. Great to hear that. So you do not practice much. Good. I do practice at times just to improve more.
No, actually, so
So
see, Gayatri, it's not about that I don't learn. I learn every day about this language, but it just I made it a part of my life.
yeah, that's
So
our
so
turn.
it's kind of a thing. See, so tell me one thing actually, have you become comfortable with the language or not?
Yeah, I have. I mean, these days, even I get angry at my brother. At times, I started speaking in English, whereas my brother doesn't
So
understand
so
any single thing.
absolutely. So
Yeah,
it's a good sign. Once you have reached to a level where you became comfortable with the language, so believe me, you have made it actually. Now
yes,
you will have to constantly learn. You will have to upgrade your vocabulary. You will have to upgrade your sentence formation. So that's a like we could say never-ending journey. Okay, always there will be some vocabulary word and you don't know them actually. So that's fine. So we'll be learning. It's as someone said that life is a constant learning actually. So it's kind of a thing. Same.
This is so true. We have to evolve with the time. Okay. So, as an individual, like we have discussed a lot about English language, a lot of
Yep.
things we have learned so far. We have talked so far. But as an individual, if I take few minutes to talk to you about yourself more, how has your journey been as a person so far? So, what would you talk about? Anything, whatever comes, like you would like to put it out.
Okay, so let me share something with you, by the way. So you still remember the day I came to Gurgaon. Okay, so a training was held in Gurgaon, actually. So what happened when our training was about to end and we were supposed to say something on the stage. So I think you still remember that I was very afraid actually. I was scared that what I'm going to say. I'll stutter. And actually it used to happen when I used to speak in my native language even. So I used to stutter a lot. Now I don't actually. In my native language even, I used to stutter a lot before I talk to somebody. So I had no confidence. I was kind of a person who was like most of the time alone, not not good at like making friends and with people around people actually. So that's exactly what happened. And since that day, actually, I have decided that this is the end. I got to do something about this because again, the people I looked up to, all of them, they were good at English. And actually, I was really interested in reading books. Okay, not academically because academically I was not a bright student, but I liked some personal development books and I wanted to read them. But most of them, they were in English. So I thought that if I don't understand this language, how will I be able to read those books? So that's when I started my journey, started learning this language. And I think we had kind of a similar journey actually. So, actually we are kind of a self-taught at first. Then we joined the training program. Okay, so what happened? Online, I was just scrolling on social media and I came across a page and they were selling, this is during pandemic actually. They said during pandemic, I think in 2021. So they were selling some courses online for spoken English. And I came across this. So I quickly enrolled for this course. And you would not believe I did not even have 250 rupees to pay for that course. So I had 200 rupees in my account because back then I was a student. I was not making money. So I quickly signed up for that course. I asked the person that I have 200 rupees. Is it okay if I pay 50 rupees later? And the person said, okay, that's fine. So once I signed up for the course, I used to get one video every day on grammar topic, like how to give your introduction. That was the first video. Then simple present or tenses, all of the stuff. So every day I would get a one video to learn and practice all about English language. So that's how it started. And then they added us in a group where we used to send voice messages. So you would not believe what I used to do first, because I did not know how to frame sentences. I did not even know that what is simple present tense. This is something new to me that you're explaining something that I never heard about. So when I came to Gurgaon, even back then, I did not know properly what is simple present tense. Yeah, back then even actually. So I started learning about it, but I couldn't understand. I don't know actually why, but grammar I couldn't understand. I struggled with a lot with grammar, but I was good at putting into effort. Putting into effort means, let's say Gayatri teaches me something, I'll note it down and I'll practice it again and again. That's fine. If I did not understand like where to use and I don't know the rule, but I'll practice it actually. So that's how I started learning. So that I used to send enroll online. Hello, Gayatri, can you hear me?
Yes, I think some disturbance is there. It's fine
Okay, now it's
now.
fine. Yeah, so what happened? I would go on to Google Translator.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so I would go on to Google Translator and I would translate what I want to say Hindi to English. And after that, I used to record audio and send it in that group. So that's how I started. And actually today that we are training actors, people from all walks of life always. Actor, accountants, doctors, even currently I'm providing training to an actress. Okay, I can't disclose the name here, by the way,
That's
because
all right.
she's like one-on-one client.
Yeah,
That's
that's
fine.
that's really great, and that's totally all right, at times. But our journey amazes me a lot, our journeys. I mean, in case of,
Absolutely.
I remember a few of the people who were there at or in that training when we
But
because we
still,
know.
you would not
Mhm,
believe actually. So when you
mhm,
talk about that training, I still imagine you wearing a yellow suit, walking into the market.
now
I
walking
still
in that
remember that.
room. Yeah, that's
Yep.
that's really great and so kind of you. But I don't notice these details. But I remember you. Like when we connected at that PG where we lived, right? We know how
So I
fun
remember
in.
all of these things because actually we have spent a lot of time together. Like
Mhm.
we had so many joining us, like from different cities, somebody from Bombay, somebody from Delhi. So we had so many people actually. But I remember the people who lived with me in the same PG. So that's fine.
Yeah, we do have
And
an.
I still actually I haven't forgotten the help you gave me actually.
Oh,
Okay,
no, not
so
never mind.
whenever I needed something, you were always there to help me actually. Even after the training, even actually.
Never mind, never
So I
mind.
never
But
forgot this.
that's so kind of you, and it's okay. But there are people who lived with us at that PG, and I really want every one of them to be here to talk to me. I'm looking for one more next guest. She is also independently working now. I hope you got her. She also has a YouTube channel and running it very wisely, and everything is working. So I would definitely invite her next after you,
Absolutely.
right? So I wish to, because I feel that when we were invited, I think there were a lot of people who applied for that training, but few of us were
Yep.
selected. We had something in us, that's why we got selected, right? Because the particular organization doesn't randomly pick people. They are very cautious and kind of people who just cherry pick the kind of, the filter talent. But I really feel happy that our journeys have been quite adventurous. I mean, talking to a guy who was not able to speak in English in 2021, but in 2022, like he started his journey as a trainer. I was the one who never had spoken before, I think lockdown. When I was in my graduation second year, I started my journey of first year, sorry, I started my journey of spoken English, just to learn spoken English. I had been feeding my brain for a very long time before I started speaking. But in 2022, after that training, we started officially to train people, and that is something which which surprises me a lot. I feel so happy. I feel proud of us, like all of us
Absolutely.
who made this to so far. So that's very great. So Lokesh, I think I wish we had more time to talk, and I am looking forward to have you one more time or many more time on my channel. You can independently launch yourself
Oh,
from
for
my
sure,
channel.
actually. Because
Yeah.
actually we couldn't talk about, like I couldn't give you some insight.
Yes.
I mean, for your audience actually. Okay, so because we were pushed for the time, so that's why I couldn't share a lot of insight. But I'd
Mhm.
love to.
Yes. We will have a conversation more where you can
Yep,
really
for
share
sure.
a lot of tips and tricks and ideas. But right now, if you have something to the audience, especially the learners who are hopeless now after spending a lot of money or
Hmm.
maybe just trying a lot of things to improve their spoken English, what could they really do?
So I'll say the simple thing actually. Okay, do not exaggerate. It's a language. Okay, it's not a subject, it's a language. Like it's like your native language. So if Gayatri can do, so can you. So that's what I'd like to tell to them.
That's very great. Yeah, they can do. Every one of you can really do. That's what we believe because we see at times few of my friends do not see achieving fluency in English as an accomplishment, but I do see as an accomplishment because I have made it like where no one was there around me to help me out or to guide me or to, give me a path or a road. And I was the one who could never even afford training programs. I never had thought about taking training or courses from anyone. I was looking for the free ways on YouTube, where I found one of the amazing channels on YouTube, and I started my journey of spoken English from there. So thank you so much, Lokesh, for being here. I really look forward to the part two of the conversation where I would ask you a lot of literal questions of my audience. I would definitely leave a community post where they can give me questions for Mr. Lokesh, and he will definitely help us out
For sure.
with insights. So thank you, everyone, and thank you, Lokesh. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much, Gayatri. Thank you for having me. It was pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so